In 2019, I worked night shifts as a stagehand at an old theater in Quezon City. It was one of those pre-war buildings, ornate but falling apart. During the day, it hosted school plays and puppet shows. At night, it was just me, the silence, and creaky floorboards. One evening after a puppet performance, I stayed late to pack up the props. Most of the other crew had already left. As I moved crates backstage, I noticed something strange. Tucked behind a curtain was a tiny red door. I'd never seen it before, and I'd been working there for months. No label, just a small, dust-covered window and a handle that looked untouched for years. Curious, I pulled it open. Inside was a narrow hallway that led into a dark storage room. It smelled like old wood and varnish. I flicked on the overhead light and immediately froze. Hundreds of puppets hung from the ceiling, not on shelves, not in boxes, hanging, big and small, marionettes, sock puppets, carved wooden figures. Some had exaggerated grins. Others were missing eyes. All of them swayed slightly in the draft, like they were breathing. Trying to shake the unease, I got to work, packing boxes near the entrance. That's when I heard it creak. I turned. One of the bigger puppets, a clown with cracked white paint, had shifted. It had been facing the wall. Now it faced me. I laughed nervously. Maybe I bumped something. I went back to work. Scratch, drag. The sound came again, this time unmistakable. I looked up. The clown puppet had moved. Closer, at least a foot closer, but nothing else had. I backed away slowly, then the lights cut out. Total darkness. I couldn't see my own hands. My breath quickened. I reached for my phone, but I'd left it by the crates. Then, whispers, right behind me, a childlike voice. "It's your turn to hang." Something brushed my arm. I bolted. Blind, I stumbled through the dark, hitting walls and boxes until my hand found a doorknob. I yanked it open and ran, slamming it behind me. I didn't stop until I was out on the street, gasping in the yellow glow of a street lamp. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I went back to resign in person. Before I left, I told the theater manager what happened. I even pointed to where I'd found the red door. He gave me a confused look. Then he said something I'll never forget. "We sealed that storage room years ago after an accident. No one goes in there." I insisted. There was a red door, but he shook his head. "There's no red door in this building." I never went back. But sometimes, when I'm alone in the dark, I still hear it. "It's your turn to hang."